Good morning. Namaskara, Bananore. And welcome to the Hindu Lit Fest. We are absolutely thrilled to have you, ma'am, at Chennai. And it's an honor for me to be talking to you. And you have another commitment after this, so we shall start forthwith with the questions right away. And yesterday, several sessions that I attended, it spoke of many things which you have included in your book. It spoke about injustice, spoke about the marginalized, it spoke about silenced voices. And one of the eminent panelists said how injustice doesn't arrive announcing itself in a dramatic manner, but it is there in every facet of life. It is intertwined with complex truths.
Yeah.
So just to go back a little from the book, how is it, could you tell us a little bit more about the Bandaya movement, which obviously has sort of sown the seeds of writing and a great impact on you? And this was in the 70s, right?
Yes.
It was in the 70s. Yes, yes. Could you please tell us about that?
During 70s, there was a lot of unrest in Karnataka. Youngsters, they were into streets, they were into workshops, they were into symposiums. They wanted to know more about the political theories, and they wanted society with equality, which challenges the caste hegemony, the class hegemony, and also the patriarchy. And they wanted the society to treat each and everybody with equal respect and equal opportunities. That's why there were a lot of social organizations which were active then. There was Dalita Sangarsha Samiti, where Dalitas, they were fighting, struggling for their rights. And there were farmers movement, Raita Sangatne, which tried to get equal and reasonable sum for their crops. And lot of farmers died out of suicide. And it wanted some justices to be done to the Annadata who provided food to all of us. And there was feminist movement, and there was language movement. Gokak report was announced then. And at that time, most of us, the youths at Karnataka, they were also following Periyar Ramaswamy also. We were studying in our programs about Periyar Ramaswamy and his movement. When all this was happening, there was one important movement which blended all these movements, that was Bandaya Sahitya Sangatne. Bandaya is revolt. Bandaya is challenging the then prevailing all the, status quo of the society. And then Kannada literature has got a history of 2000 years. It has got its separate lipi, and it has got a live heritage of about 2000 years. And Bandaya has, like any other language, it has got various stages like Hale Kannada, Vasa Kannada, Old Kannada, and New Kannada. And New Kannada, there is Pragatishila, and all those classifications were there. But during 1970, when Bandaya Sahitya was the unifying force of all these organizations, was active, due to a spark that the statement of a senior literary person that in literature there is no Dalita or Balita. They spark, it grew into a flame, and then there was an alternate Kannada Sahitya Sammelana. Kannada Sahitya Sammelana is the greatest event of Karnataka, and another to a protest to the then Kannada Sahitya Sammelana. Another Sammelana was formed there, wherein Bandaya Sahitya Sangatne took its name, and it was recognized from there. Bandaya means to revolt, to challenge, does not accept the status quo of the society. And that way, at the same time, with the same social settings and same historical events, Kannada literature was branched into many branches. Like there was Dalita Sahitya. Dalits started writing due to the impact of Dalit movement, and there were Kisan riots also. They also started writing, and it was the time when feminist movement was entered into our state, and most of the writers, they started feministic output also. And another branch was there which started growing due to the impact of Bandaya was Muslim sensitivities literature. The expression of Muslims till then was different. There were very few, handful of Muslims had written. In the same steps like that, they quote Shishunala Sharif, or they quote Nisar Ahmad, they quote M. Akbar Ali. A few handful of people were there. And after the advent of Bandaya, a lot of Muslims started to write in Kannada. That is important. Because in Karnataka, Urdu is the language of old Mysore state. And I too, I speak Dakkini Urdu at home, but I have studied in Kannada and write in Kannada. That Bandaya Sahitya Sangatne, it became the mother for all this. It provided all the intellectual equipment to these movements, and thereby Bandaya Sahitya Sangatna, it played a very important role, and even today it is active in Karnataka.
It is still active in Karnataka.
Yes, it is still active in Karnataka.
So, ma'am, how old were you?
But not with that scale.
Okay.
When it
Started,
its
when it
inception
started.
during 1970, but it is there. It has got programs. They publish books. They arrange programs, and there will be protests. There will be everything is there, but not at that scale.
Okay. How did you get into it, ma'am?
Yeah.
How old were you, if I may ask, at that time? And what is it that made you join the Bandaya movement? And
I never joined Bandaya movement. I joined Dalit movement because after my marriage, I was made to stay at home within the four walls. But I was working as a assistant mistress in a high school. I was a maths and science teacher. And after my marriage, I was asked to resign, and I resigned and stayed home, but I was not happy. I want to get out of that system. I want to be with the people. I wanted outside world also. And there was some conflict going on. At that time, some untoward incidents happened. That means, due to that suffocation, I tried to commit suicide. And my husband, who had developed intimacy with me during my college days, he got alert. He was afraid that he may lose me. But the thing is, he was the eldest son of a business family, and he had lot of responsibilities on him. And there were great restrictions on him also, rather than me. He also suffered. But he took out small opportunities to take me out and have an interaction. That way he came to an arrangement, and every alternate day he would take me, he would come from his shop and take me to the district library. And I would exchange the library books, he would accompany me, otherwise I would not be allowed to go alone, he had to escort me. At that time, when I went to library at about 7 or 7:30, there were a group of youths who were either giving lectures or telling their own life stories, or they used one instrument called tamata, you might be knowing. They may use here also a instrument made of skin, and they used that tamate. Tamate had such a impact on me. When they started playing it, I would get goosebumps. It was such a beautiful sound I had never heard. I was drawn towards that tamate. And next morning, without telling anybody at my home, alone, I went to their place, their office, and I asked, what is this organization? Why do you sing such a song? Why do you use tamate? They were so happy, all the youths of Dalit Sangarsha Samiti. They explained their issues. Till then, I never had an idea that Dalits were subjected to such type of inhumanities. And really, I was moved by them. I joined hands together and I was shouting slogans and walking with them in the streets, and the entire family of my husband, they could not see that scene. Their daughter-in-law, who has to safeguard the interest of the family, who has to safeguard the respect of the family, she's walking all alone with these Dalits shouting slogans and telling all sorts of these things. So conveniently, they asked me and my husband to get out of their home and take some other home and be happy it's somewhere else. Then when I came to know, I was familiar with the Dalit Sangarsha Samiti, I imbibed all their languages, their issues, and we used to go to the Dalit hostels in the morning before the youths went to the college or schools. And we used to have discussion with them regarding various political theories and various issues. Then once again, at the same time, I joined with the Right Sangatne, Hassan, where the district headquarters, it was the main place for the Right Sangatne also, and I got involved with them. At the same time, during 81, I came into contact with Lankesh, and Lankesh was the editor of the Lankesh Patrika at those times. And there was one Muslim woman called Najma Bhangi. She went to, at Bijapur, I never knew her, I had never seen her, but she went to see a movie. And that's why the Muslim youths there, they trolled her, they abused her, and then the water supply to her was disconnected. And when she was tortured like this, the news started coming in the newspapers like Prajavani and all those newspapers. When I read, I was so agitated. I wrote an article challenging, is a Muslim woman permitted for any entertainment or not? It was such a reasonable article which quoted Quran, which quoted Hadith with my limited knowledge at that time. And Lankesh, he was next within 2 or 3 days, he published it. And then he asked me to join Lankesh Patrika and to report. And I worked for Lankesh Patrika for 10 whole years as a district journalist along with Lankesh. Directly from home as a housewife to I stripped myself into the movements and then to journalism. And it is only my will that was with me, and I never had any previous experience of journalism or writing anything. But earlier to marriage, I had written a short story and it was published in Prajamata, the the very popular weekly of Karnataka. After about 10 years, I was at home doing nothing. After 10 years, once again, I reverted to writing, and afterwards, I wrote journalistic writing also, and then I started writing creative writing, fiction and non-fiction became my field, and I was connected with all the movements of Karnataka also.
And you've often said, Banu ma'am, about the power of the word. You said perhaps in this sort of divisive world we live in, maybe the words in the pages are the only sacred place where we can live in each other's
that was my
minds and hearts. Yes.
Acceptance speech.
In your acceptance speech, you said
of
that.
Booker.
Yes, of Booker. You said that. And they just said that how a shared story can really
Yes.
empower
Empower.
people.
It becomes powerful when it is shared. Yes.
It is shared. So as a person, as a lawyer, as an advocate, when you met the women and you told me that some of the stories were so compelling that you felt that you could not ignore it, you had to do
Yes.
something, and that was by writing.
Yes.
You took to writing a story because of that. Can you share your experience about how you absorbed what you heard, what you saw, and what you counseled them and their own stories, and how you fictionalized them and put them into a story in your book, in your collection?
Yeah.
You shaped the
That
narrative.
how I couldn't say. It is how one cooks and how one sings and how one paints.
Yeah.
It is their internal, pressure or what you say, talent or some such thing. But how I derive something from the experiences, that's a different thing, because I meet lot of people, lot of women as a companion of moments, and as an advocate, and as an ordinary housewife. Anybody would come and contact me at any time. My doors of my home, they are always open to the aggrieved people. And at that time, even at the middle of the night, some people come and knock. There was one incident wherein a girl, she was a she had a newly born child. It was of about 15 or 20 days old child. She and her mother, who was a vegetable vendor in the road, both of them, they came and knocked me at about 2 o'clock in the night and asked, what is the issue with you? She said, she was a poor woman, widow. She had a daughter and she has got married, and she has given a birth to a male child. And the son-in-law wants a gift of gold chain because he has done a great job by his wife giving birth to a son. Son is born. That's why he expects that he should be given a gold chain as gift. And this woman cannot afford it. So one evening he came to her home and he developed a quarrel, and immediately he took the child and absconded with that toddler. And they searched for him till 2 o'clock in the night, and they could not find. And she was weeping. The mother was weeping because the child might be hungry. It has to be fed, and they came and knocked. And I never knew what to do at that time, at that hour. Even I cannot contact police anywhere. So I thought, but exactly like a Don style, I called a fellow living in that area who was my client, and I said, see, Ibrahim bhai, I am calling, and if within 15 minutes that fellow does not turn out with the child, except God, nobody on earth can save him. I don't know what I would do. I never had any idea, but simply I gave a threat. And within 10 minutes, there was a knock, madam. This is the child we are having.
Wow. Wow.
These type of incidents, I think that is a quite different world. In my world, where I live, such things don't happen. But there is a different world. That is what I have pursued. Yes. It is layered, and you can get quite different experiences, quite different dialogues, and quite different mindset. There was one client who came to my office. He and his wife, they came quarreling into my office when I was just about to close. Their main contention was, wife was very angry because her husband cared his mother also. She said, why should he care? She had a logic. He will bring one watermelon to my home. Myself and my 2 children, they have to share. And he will get one to his mother. She alone has to eat the entire watermelon. It is injustice. Her argument was that is a story in Heart Lab.
Yes, yes.
That's how a story has developed. And then they started quarreling, and the husband said, he got fed up. He got fed up with her and said, see, I have given you whatever you require. I have provided you everything. Don't bother my mother. I have to look after her also. She was a young widow. My father died at the early stage and she has looked after me. Don't bother her, she said. But she was adamant and she was continuously targeting him. And then he said, what? Why do you like this? I will get fine set of jewelry, I will get saris, I will get chudida, everything, and I will put a great shamiana before my home, and I will get her married. What is that to you? What is that?
The mother married.
And that dialogue, no? Yeah, see, male ego is there. I have seen several times how it works. And here is a fellow before me, and he's saying he doesn't have any ego, and he wants to see that his mother is married off with pomp and show. This dialogue, this mindset, this understanding, I could not see in anybody. And only that one dialogue, it remained in my mind continuously, it haunted me, and it turned out to be a story
in your collection.
In my collection. That way, see, even when the client comes for a consultation, I will be having two different pads before me. Some of them, they won't directly shell out all the legal points. They will start telling their emotionality, their issues, how they suffered, everything. Preamble should be given, space for preamble should be given. They start telling all those things, and in the second or third session, they will come and say what is the legal matter. Then I start noting down all their issues in another pad, which will give raw material for me for literature. And I will not take as it is. I will not take as it is. One gesture, one dialogue, one facial expression, it just simply enters my mind and it starts growing. The growth may be for 1 day, 3 days, or 3 years, or 30 years, I don't know. It stays there and grows. Its branches spread out, and then it bears fruits. And that's why so many short stories are there.
Short stories. But the nicest thing, Banu ma'am, is that, while in the stories, the women come from a certain socioeconomic...
Yes, yes.
But the emotions and the experiences and their turn of phrase, I don't know, for me, many times, when you spoke of that lady who was really annoyed because about 18 children came home for the summer vacation.
Yes.
So I had this terrible feeling of guilt because we used to land up in my grandmother's house.
Red lungi.
Yeah.
Red lungi.
And, all of us used to be there, and, my mommy, I don't know how she coped with it. So, I mean, she's no longer alive, but I really feel apologetic for sort of landing up lock, stock, and barrel. Yes. So, these were the little kinds of emotions, a little thing which run through your stories. And what I think is, it goes far beyond the confines of a Muslim home, of a Muslim,
yes,
it is sort of universal. It is universal, not sort of universal. It is so universal. So tell me, ma'am, how long does it take you to write a short story? Which has been in this collection, which was the one which, which you sort of dashed off in one sitting? Did something like that happen?
Yes. The thing is, as I already told you, the stories, that one, the idea enters into my mind and starts growing. It may take 1 day or 3 days or 3 years or 30 years, I don't know. It takes its own time. And until and unless it adjusts me that there should be expression of that story, I won't write down. Forcibly, I will never write anything. Only when in that particular moment, the video starts playing in front of my eyes. I will be there, I will be witnessing a video, and simply, earlier I used to write by seeing, but it became something which practice I did not like. Now, the video starts playing in my eyes, in my mind, and I just start telling story to an app. It will start recording. It will start writing for me. And when it starts writing, I will be witnessing some video and I will be telling it and it will be recording. And at the end, the story is ready.
Lovely, lovely.
And that story, I will forward it to my office. And the same night, my computer operator will bring all the printouts to me. And then once again, I will go through it. That's what I told. I don't do a lot of research for fiction. For non-fiction, of course, I have to do some research.
Yeah.
Non-fiction, for stories, everything, I don't research it. The stories, they start telling themselves. I just hear and record it. That's it. That's it. And when I write like this, whatever my computer operator brings, I give it color, shape, expression, words, everything. I start correction. That is it. How the story gets ready with me. I don't write. But one thing is, my protagonist, they are not well-educated women. They are all something, let me say, they are experienced women. They don't have much education, but I don't say they are illiterate.
No, not at all. Yeah.
They are not illiterates, but they don't have higher education or much education about the anomalies of the society. But they have got, they say someone, I don't know whether you told me or some who told, they have got all the street smartness with them.
Yeah.
So they can cope up with any situation they are confronted with.
Yeah.
That's why they have got their own solution to every issue, because every woman, and she is subjected to violence in the arena of home. That is why the government, the parliament has enacted Prevention of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, because the patriarchy is ruling, and yet today also it is ruling from the household to the streets, in the social field, and also the government is patriarchal. Every government is patriarchal.
Absolutely. And you have said how patriarchy has, weaponized religion.
Yes.
And ritual and, tradition to suit its own, purpose. But tell me, Banu ma'am, have you ever gone through a phase where a story, as you're writing it, has become so painful that you have to set it aside for a while and then come back to it? I'm asking you this because some of the stories in Heart Lamp, I couldn't read it at a stretch. I had to put it down for a bit because it was so painful. It was so painful, and I was surprised at how pained I was because, on the face of it, my world is very far removed from that of the protagonist in that story.
Yeah.
But somewhere, there was a visceral, a gut-wrenching feeling. So have you found that you sometimes find it difficult to write these difficult stories?
No.
Okay.
I don't write until and unless all the characters, dialogues, even the title of the story is started showing in my mind.
Okay.
When it is completely ready, then only I record it. I say I just record it.
Okay.
It will be prepared.
Okay.
It will even a small, small issues, small, let me say what, the contradictions, because short story, it has got a very small canvas. It doesn't have a big canvas. Very easily you can loiter here and there. You can go to a seashore. You can go to a hill station. You cannot do like that. It's a very small and compact canvas, wherein you have to introduce characters. You have to introduce the confrontation. Then you have to give anti-climax, climax, and the end. In which you have to introduce the characters also. And their various, the different characters,
Yes.
characteristics of a character also you have to publish everything. And that story, you cannot say, he came, he went, he saw, he beat, he went. You cannot say like that. You have to give in artistic expression, wherein you have to be very stingy. You have to, use minimum words and give maximum
effect. Yeah. So, I think it is time to open the floor to the. Okay, so what is your next project, ma'am? I just want to ask. I know that you are working on your autobiography. So how is that going? Have you had a chance to work or write or do something?
Yeah. It was pre-Booker. I started writing my autobiography pre-Booker because it has got too much dramatic elements is also there.
Oh, okay. We look forward to it then.
Yes. Just like when I asked to get out of my in-laws' home, I came, myself and my husband, we started to go out from the back door of the home, and I had a kid, my eldest daughter, with me. And I was holding her napkins in my left hand, and we started to go out of the home. I say jokingly, it was fully dramatic. It was like a filmy scene, except there was no Starman music, that's all. Everything was the same. That way, and there was some fatwa cast on me because I upheld the rights of Muslim women to go to mosque and pray. And there was also a fellow came with a long knife and he wanted to stab me, and somehow I was saved. And until then, when the trial started, he was arrested and he was in the judicial custody. And when the trial started, at that time, my second daughter, he herself became an advocate, and he started to assist me in my office. Wow. And then he started urging me to let that fellow off. Because, please, mom, maaf kar do, jaane do. Please, mom, leave him alone. Let him go to his family. She started to plead. See, he was about to kill your mother. What you are telling? So it has happened. What has happened is happened. Now you are alive. Like a Hitler on us, you are dominating even today. And let him go, please. And she pleaded, and I let him go. And Dad was very angry. She said, how have you had it? Why you are your hostile? Have you taken money from him? You are hostile against your own case. And I don't want an advocate to be like this. See, all these dramatic elements are
very much so, very dramatic. We're looking forward. Have you said?
But the thing is, only pre-Booker till May last year, I wrote my half autobiography is done. After Booker, I couldn't write even a single letter, even a word I could not write, because I stepped into a wrong place. I never knew what is there in store for me after Booker. I never knew. I never knew that lot of traveling was there. And now my life is either I will be in a program like this with you people, or I will be in the airport lounge waiting, or I will be in the aircraft, or I will be sleeping in any hotel because I need sleep. That's what I am getting. And I am not getting any time for any writing. And now I think some nation is offering me to come over there and stay there for 1 whole month and to complete my autobiography. I think I may accept it. I think. And I will not be available for you people till 1 month.
Banu ma'am, I think you have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Apologies, I was just told that there may not be time for questions, but do come back later when ma'am will be available. You could talk to her and we could go on. All the very best, ma'am. Again, thank you so much for being here with us. And
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.